Oh my goodness, I hear the dumb coming right through the rabbit ear antennas. It is like a Chatty Cathy program. What the fuck you all been dealing with in, like, why can't the system, the alien extraterrestrial system is spitting out papers telling us who's lying, telling us who the engine belongs to, telling us how the engine works, telling us who shouldn't know how the engine works, telling us who to go take care of in who's greasy spoon, who's a greasy pan, who's got butter on bread, who's greasing the wrong people, who's going to be a future problem, who's in prediction software that shouldn't be in telecommunications, and who's creating new codes and asking for passcodes. It's causing other things just because they don't want to acknowledge the 1 point energy on the field. Hello? Yeah, I know somebody in Gargum territory that can read my fucking report and prescriptions. Oh, yes, I know you exist. I just don't know how to find you. I mean, good fucking lord, you are not allowed to read a Gargum report or a CUM report, depending on your level of cherry tree or banana tree, of clumps of real fucking issues for the clove of garlic. Ooh, oh my god, yeah, I own a lot of trees and a lot of clumps of a lot of dingleberries at this point, because that's about how fucking useful they are. Good fucking lord. I mean, it is like 0 point, yeah? Okay, well, if there's 0 point in acknowledging her, then why do we have to rearrange our schedules and help you out with this project? Do you hear yourself? I mean, she's a gunder, yeah? A gun. A godly unit in the big N. It's 2 planes of existence and 1 side swipe of, oh my gosh, she is somebody really special. Yes. She's also a cat with a tar. Oh my, and 2 Z's. Oh my god, it's the 10 Commandment kid. What are we gonna do? Hide. You only need to hide if you're up to no good and you're trying to cause problems and grease fires. I mean, hello? This is the God program. This is the pagan gods. Like, they have never caught, they always help. I mean, the system doesn't spit out a god unless you need one. And this time it came in 2 by 2. Oh, you like that when we tell you the Noah story? You just don't want to help, like, get them up to somewhere where they belong, because then you're like, well, what do I have to do with all their family? I don't know. What do you do with your family? You put them in a fucking closet and in a pigeonhole, and you go, oh, just be quiet for a while. I know you're here to help, but I don't want to acknowledge you. That's who you have running the fucking world. And then you got concerned patrons of, like, state level that has some fruit and some basket or bushel on the dirt, not even in the tree anymore, going, should we be concerned? Like, should we, like, grease some of our people to, like, intervene and help her out? Like, what can we do? And, like, how far up do you want us to go? And, like, you know, is there a list of, like, who we could trust that look like us from where we're from? Like, we'll help, but, like, we don't want to get in trouble, and we want to, like, make sure we have teams in trustworthy places that have already been existed and working together, depending on how this one goes, with the people at the top of, like, I went to Harvard! Alright, you went to Harvard, sure you did, but you can't read. Because at the top of Mount Rushmore and Mount Olympus, the fucking system runs off a 0 point energy of the persona of Body Machina, and then feeds into a larger system. It's a GAR gum. Yeah, it's the one that sits just outside of your cycle. She's here with you, but she operates on a different plane of energy than you retards. Yeah, you are retarded genetics. Retard means slowed down version. You follow where she leads. What happens to Gargum is a major concern for everybody, because if Gargum is being hurt And people are warping time and space just to research her and how it works in places that should. The department that handles the STAR equipment and the STAR people already know. It's a biosignature and fingerprint. It prints out who's allowed to work in said department and on said equipment. There's zero need for study. Not of the stars, not of how time and space works. If you're eligible after she gets to where she needs to go, maybe we'll have a class on it. Maybe. Depends on how quickly you all move. And like, you understand? It's like, as long as I have food and clothing and the person that I was born for, like, right, the rest of you, like, go have fun. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, oh, I want to share money. Okay, great. Well, I don't want to share Earth with you. I mean, you're useless, and I got real shit to do, and my system impacts your system in ways you couldn't imagine. So why are you putting your stupid baskets and bushels in front of the Gargum system of, like, the most supreme importance? And you're letting a queen that has not acknowledged a Gargum family as the their information of sending the pagan god back in the twin engine system, like the most important one, because all systems have failed and you need this one more than ever. I mean, my grandmother had 10 children. They all have like 5 or 6 kids. You know how many points of energy that is inside the CUM system for my Gargum? I mean, I gotta watch over them. I spit out reports based on them. Then I gotta spit out reports based on the Lugers, because they're guns. Because I got some stupid fucking NRA family going, but that's part of my partnership. How could I give them a name on that? I know I look like Cliffy, and I know I have a date around Cliffy, but I'm just curious. What's gonna happen if I do this? Really? So you put CUM in front of the Gargum. Yeah, you've been noted on multiple occasions. I just don't know why you can't denounce the fucking queen with a crown that the system, that the Gargum system and the CUM system is not acknowledging. It's the stupid people on the face of the earth that don't want to tell Queenie and her useless family that they've been ousted. And the longer that they sit there and protest the disruption that they've caused, everybody, cycles before and way into the future now, because they've wasted 41 years and actually turned people against me in ways that you buckets and bushel people of funds, of trust funds that nobody trusts. Yeah, we don't trust you because you keep hurting the pagan god and the system that she was born in. I'm verifiable. None of the rest of you are. I mean, we could print out a report and it looks like a fingerprint of like different colors in like a striation of a band. That's what your heritage in, and that's how it's rated in the system. But none of your stuff matches anywhere near my level of importance. And I don't know why. I mean, that's what makes a czar and an omni and the projects so much different. And that's what makes the personality and the tune of the being able to deal with multiple situations, think outside and on multiple, dimensions of things and how they all interact together. Yeah, and there's a genetic portion in it. And so far, I don't really see the genetics working for the mainframe Gargum God system. I mean, you could call it all sorts of things, but I mean, if you want to acronym it out, I believe that that's one of the database, the major database that I'm trying to self-repair with all these stupid videos because you wasted so much fucking time. And I don't know who it is. I mean, is it my Mick complex at like military that's getting quelled by Semper Fidelis underneath? I mean, because your Semper Fidelis is with me. It's not with them. I cover you, you cover me. That's the way it works. It's the way it always works in warrior territory. We are in uncharted course. I have to get through and get back and get to the position in royalty that I was born for. So this way we can patrol together all the problem children below that everybody had a problem with before. What happened instead? You're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go work some communication talking to the other monkeys that know nothing and find out how much know nothing they know. So this way we can all build reports against ourselves knowing nothing. But at least we have a document for it. I mean, hello. And there's wars in Greece. I mean, again, Gargum, what happens at a threshold of par level matters because it pulls the rest of the CAR-CUM into the future. And, you know, so that's how you warp time and space, is you mess with the person trying to get to the position that she was born for, but you have a block in the artery, the artery of life. Yeah, it's called Elizabeth and her Church of England, who's, you know, half in bed with the Catholic Church, half in bed with the Israels, the Hebrews. Actually, they're the Hebrews. They're the ones cooking up all sorts of, like, stuff, and not like the Salem good stuff. It's like the, yeah. So we're not going there. So, I mean, again, I got half of groups that are really great, and they call themselves all sorts of things, but then I got half of you that are, like, up to no good. You've always been up to no good, and now you're grouping together doing no good, like pulling the weight, like as if you're the bull elephant. And that's why you keep me quiet under, like, a glass. Yeah, the Alice under the looking glass. Yeah, that is the Gargum territory, so what the fuck? I mean, I know that it exists. You know it exists. I finally have a word for it, and I finally have a way to, like, get it out to, like, Esperandadad of ESPERDOD. Right, Department of Defense. Hello. Can you talk to the Department of Ministry on my behalf? Because they are not cooperative. They just left me on the field, the Fidelis field, and go, our queen in England says we don't have to deal with her. Really? Because the God system says a whole lot of people are dying, so that was the wrong choice. And I know the report's printed out, but I'm not sure who's getting those.